Howdy, y'all. Good afternoon. How is everybody? Let me turn my chair. There we go. Looks like it's going to be another nice day. How's your day? How's your day? Yeah, and I hope you're feeling better. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I got good weather there. There's a couple of cars out here just running. I guess they think it's cold. They're warming up their cars. Hey Terry, good to see you both. Got a surprise. Y'all know what it is? Any guesses? Surprise live stream. It's a little chilly here. Not really freezing or anything. Yeah, glad you're doing better there. Yeah. I got a stray cat I feed. Right over there. Call it vicinity cat. She won't let me get close. Terry, it is a taste test. That is a good guess. What do you think I'm tasting? Sitting right in front of me, and I'm going to get to it real quick. I'm just waiting a few minutes to let some people join. Maybe not even a few minutes, maybe one more minute. Because I don't want it to get cold. Jeff, got a surprise. This one comes from Patrick. Now Patrick, we emailed some, but I think maybe he watches the live stream replay. But he's been supporting the channel. I appreciate Patrick, and he gave me an idea that I was already kind of thinking about, but he mentioned a video that correlated to it, and I thought, okay, I'll try it out. No more guesses? It says there's 5 people here. Only 2 said hi. And y'all hit the like button. It helps the video get seen. We're 3 minutes in. So I'm going to go ahead. No more guesses. But Patrick, this one's for you. And we'll tell you that in my thermos, where there's normally coffee, is today some tea. Because, and I'm going to unwrap this, well, maybe in a second, I made scones. I'm going to taste test scones. Now, I have had scones, so I don't know if it's much of a taste test, but I made these scones myself, which I'd never done before. And as I was saying, Patrick told me that Magenta Otter Travels has a video called How to Make the Best British Scones. So I reacted to it. That'll be out right after the live stream in the members only section, and then it'll come out tomorrow on my regular channel. That is my reaction to Magenta Otter Travels, How to Make the Best British Scones. And I watched her do 5 different recipes. The last one is what she called her perfected British scone recipe. I made that. I made her perfected British scone recipe. Now, she says in the video that she loves scones. And so, one thing I am trying today that I found in the stores that I've never had is clotted cream. Never had clotted cream. It says made in the United Kingdom. Devon cream. Never had it. So I've never had it with scones, although I've had a lot of scones. Are y'all there? Nobody's chatting. It says 8 people are here. I've not heard from only. Oh, there it is. It wasn't scrolling up. Yeah, okay, sorry. Nope, it's not Marmite. Hello, Roy Cousins. Hello, Genghis. Nope, it's not HP sauce. It is scones. Yeah, they'll say, sorry, it wasn't showing me any of your comments. I was like, I'm alone. Jam then cream or cream then jam? Ben, you tell me, because I got butter. I've got clotted cream, like I showed you. I've got English butter. I've got 2 kinds of jam, raspberry and strawberry. And yeah, if there's a bunch of people in the comments, because I'm going to record this tasting and combine it with my cooking and make a video of that, it will come out along with the Magenta Otter Travels reaction right after this live stream. Now they'll both be on the members only section. Tomorrow the Magenta Otter Travels video reaction will come out on the regular channel, but the cooking and tasting will stay in the members only section. So yes, I don't want the comments to be, well, the comments will be that I did it wrong, but this time it's going to be y'all's fault because you got to tell me how to do it. Jam then cream, that's how the late queen did it. Okay, that's 1 vote, Genghis. Who else says, do I use butter? No butter? I got to get to this because it's getting, less warm. Which one is it? Jam then cream? Cream then jam? And butter or no butter? I do have my tea, like I showed you. I got my cup of British breakfast tea. So I heard that was the only way to do it. Well, somebody tell me. Oh, maybe I'm not getting the equipment. Put the cream then jam, Terry says. Either way is okay, but it's a big debate. So it doesn't matter which way I do it. It's going to get debated. Well, what's more common? Roy says jam on first. Terry says cream on first. King says jam on first. Ben says you go jam first, so it's easier to spread. That does seem like it will be easier to spread. Now I set my cream out to room temperature, my clotted cream, because I was told that was the way to do it. But to be honest, it's not that warm in my house. I don't know. It's room temperature, but I don't know what that temperature is. I got to get to it. Here's what I did. I did follow Magenta Otter Travels perfected recipe, okay? Now, she made her own buttermilk. I don't know why, because she was in the U.S. when she did this. But I sometimes make my own buttermilk, too, if I don't have it. Do y'all have buttermilk in your stores? So the way you make buttermilk, I made 6 scones. The way you make buttermilk is you add vinegar to regular milk, set it out for a bit, and let it curdle. But I had buttermilk because I use buttermilk in biscuits. So I used buttermilk instead of making my own. She put dried fruit and nuts in hers, in some of hers, but I did not because I don't really like fruits and nuts in my scones. I did use English butter to make this, to make the scones. And one thing I did different from her, and this is just a little tip, you do have buttermilk. Tristram, good to see you. You're new to the live. Nice to have you. Welcome. Everybody tell Tristram hello. I took butter. Here's a little tip. Whenever you're trying to make that crumbly butter uh, mixture with flour, the best way to do is to freeze your butter and then to use a cheese grater. She didn't do that. That's a little trick. Grate that butter into your flour and then you make a crumbly flour mixture. We do that in the South for biscuits. So I did that. So, but basically I followed her exact recipe. I don't know. I'm gonna get going. So no butter? No one said put butter on this? I'm gonna show you the scone first. How's that look? I don't want it to fall. This is my scone. Now it is a little, I don't know, it's a little big. Maybe it's Texas size. I use my I use my biscuit cutter. Did get a pretty good rise on it, I feel like. Does it look good? It looks very good. Like I said, it wasn't my recipe. It was from a Jenna Otter Travels perfected recipe of how to make the best British scones. So no butter. I'm surprised. I brought butter out because I thought y'all were going to say, it's got to have butter. See if I can bust that open. Oh, these are still warm out of the oven. I see a little steam coming off of them. So it looks pretty good, I think. I've had them a lot, but I never made them. Okay, jam. I'm going jam then cream. Strawberry or raspberry jam. Somebody say quick because I don't want this to get cold. Hello, Neil. Good to see you. Okay. Strawberry, raspberry jam. Strawberry. Okay, I'm going with that. The first one I saw. Now I do have this. I believe you also use this sometimes. Is this a good one? I'm going jam, then cream. How much jam do I put? A spoonful? Is that enough on one side? Maybe a little more. I want to get this. I've never done. Like I say, I buy scones all the time. I buy them. But I don't know. We don't put jam and cream on her. On them very much. Well, now I feel like I got too much. Trying to do this right. I am surprised no one said to put butter on this because Michelle, when I did beans on toast, you like butter on everything. So, okay, there is my jam, my strawberry jam. Now I had this cream sitting out, clotted cream. I had it sitting out, room temperature. Don't know how cold my room was or how hot my room was though. So, and then do I just spread that on? Spread that around, I guess, on top of the jam. Roy says you usually put butter on it. Well, I was trying to ask. But sometimes the comments are delayed. Is that enough? I don't know if that's enough. You put a lot or a little cream on here, y'all. Don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, Michelle, you always put butter on the scone followed by jam, then cream. Okay. I didn't get to notice about butter quick enough. I did bring butter out here, but no one. I was asking, no one was saying. So, okay, does this look good? Ben says you don't use butter on mine, but either way, it's okay. Cream and jam, butter on its own. Okay, that's Neil, how he likes his. Just butter on its own. Cream and jam. Does this look right? Put on the amount you're happy with. No rules, Roy says. Okay. My first. My first. Clotted cream. and jam on my first attempt at making homemade scones. Let's give it a try. Hmm. Take a bite and drink a bit of tea. Okay, I got my tea right here. Thank you, Neil. My first bite. I do have English breakfast tea. That does go good together, I'm not gonna lie. That immediately I could tell, but I'm gonna have another bite. Mm. I tasted the top. What's better, the top or the bottom? This is the top. It's not dense. I'm gonna be honest, from the recipe, I thought it might be dense. Mm. Might be born watching me chew. Mm. See? Those are light and fluffy. I was nervous, I'm not gonna lie. I saw the recipe sheet perfected and I was like, Then I was making it and I was like, But I'm so used to making biscuits. And they are different. And the recipe was different, but it has a lot of the same ingredients. And I was like, is this? Because if I was making biscuits, I was like, this is gonna be bad. This recipe is gonna be bad. They are light, they are fluffy. They did brown good on the top, didn't burn on the bottom. I don't know. Definitely tastes better than a scone that I get at the store. And the clotted cream, it is similar to creme fraiche, but it's also very different. That's my first time having it. Is this, do you have this? This is called Devon Cream Company. Is this common in your stores? This brand? Because it's the only one I could find. I'm gonna give it a thumbs up. I already like scones. They are definitely a little different than a biscuit that I make homemade. And I was nervous about the recipe. You can check out her recipe. You'll see it on my reaction to her channel. I made you hungry, Terry? You'll see the recipe I used, and also in my cooking video, I show the recipe. Michelle, you never saw that particular brand of clotted cream? I mean, it does say English clotted cream, and it does say made in the United Kingdom, so I hope it's good. But about the clotted cream, it is good. Rhoda's Clotted Cream is the go-to brand, Tristram. Yeah, that's the only one I could find nearby. Went out, got it last night. But I do like it. It's definitely different than creme fraiche, but similar. You should mix the cheese into the mix. The cheese. I don't have any cheese. Neil, do you sometimes make cheese scones? I could see how that could be good. We sometimes make cheese biscuits. But I liked it. I would like to finish eating it. It's staring at me in the face. But I do have to talk. Rest assured, I have 5 more in there. When my son gets up, he's probably going to kill a couple of them. He also loves scones, but he's never had them with jam and clotted cream. So I told him, when you get up, take out a little bit of cream and let it sit at room temperature. I'll see if I can find, is it Rhoda? Clotted cream? Yeah, it's definitely, clotted cream is better. It's different than creme fraiche. It's close, but it's different. I think it's sweeter. I use creme fraiche in cooking a lot. Neil says when you're mixing the ingredients, mix everything and the cheese in, so the cheese is inside. What cheese? You know, I don't have any cheese here. Are you just saying that in general that's an idea is to make a cheese scone? The way we make a cheese biscuit? Yeah, we do that. I never heard of a cheese scone though. It's an idea. I may make scones again, but probably not for a while, to be honest. But my first taste, cloudy cream. Never had it before. I do like it. The scone turned out light and fluffy. It did rise quite a bit because that was like an inch when I rolled out. Not rolled out, but when I patted out the dough, it was like an inch thick, but that doubled in size. So I think the rise was good. Like you said, I never had a homemade scone or a British scone, so I cannot compare it to one. It does go well with the tea, I'm not gonna lie. I'm glad I made tea. And I will clip this together and combine it with my cooking and make a cooking and tasting video that'll come out right after the live stream over on my members only section, and it will stay there. My cooking videos are gonna stay there, but I thought I'd do y'all a little favor in the live stream and let you watch me taste them. And again, the Magenta Otter Travels reaction will also come out right after the live stream about the video I watched and the recipe I used that she perfected. That will come out tomorrow on the regular channel. But the cooking and tasting video, it will stay for members only. Okay, I liked it. That's my review. I like clouded cream. I like the jam with it. And I like that homemade scone. And now, I'm gonna get on to our chat. But that was pretty good. God, I really want to take another bite, and I'm not gonna lie, I might. Just sitting right in front of me. It's my breakfast. Like I say, I know my son will get up and eat too. That'll be 3 gone. That'll be 3 left. Very nice. Very nice. So, that being said, my live stream today is called "Where's the Best Place You Visited?" That is a question the Genghis asked me yesterday. Oh, Choppy, you fancy a tutu draw? You and the Sunderland Newcastle matches today. Neil and Choppy are on opposite sides. Tristan Villa to win today. Stay above Sunderland. Oh, y'all close in the ratings. I'm not sure what you call it. So, anyway, Genghis asked the question yesterday to me in my live stream, where's the best place I've been? I wasn't really talking about that at the moment. But so, because I didn't have a lot of time to research, I decided to turn that question around to you. Plus, I'm interested to know if any of these places that you visited in the UK you want to tell me about. But yeah, I want to ask you the question. No, Choppy, I don't have a Premier League team that I root for yet. Not yet. If I go with the folks that try to woo me to their team the most, and I'm sorry, Neil, it's probably going to be Newcastle United, because a bunch of you Geordies keep trying to woo me to your team. And maybe 1 or 2 Mackems, and there might be a few Liverpool fans trying to draw me to the team, but overwhelmingly, it's the Geordies trying to get me on their side. But I haven't picked yet, Choppy. I haven't picked yet. Better watch a few games before I pick, right? Cumbria, Terry. So that's one of your favorite places. I know it's hard to type, but if you got any little bit of information about your visit there, I'd love to hear it. If you know, I know this is a weird live stream. I'm asking you to tell me where's the best place, and it doesn't have to be in the UK. I'm interested to hear about any of your favorite places, and you can tell me several. Terry, you say Cumbria, you got any more? So I know it's hard to type very much, but if you want to share a little bit about where this place you visited that you think is the best, about why, that's cool. Now Terry's from Somerset. You know, you like Northumberland? Any reason why? It's just beautiful there. See, a lot of people, let's see, about like the Yorkshire area, a lot of people in the comments like to comment it's God's country, which is kind of weird because Texans say that all the time. Texas is God's country. But I've seen that enough in comments about that area that I can tell that they say it a lot. But yeah, if you want to tell me some of your favorite vacations, make multiple places where you have been in your life, in the UK or out, you let me know. Like I said, Genghis, you inspired this. And I'll tell you, and it threw me off. I was like, Genghis, oh, and then I didn't want to get into it too much because I could probably talk about that forever. So I read your comments. Choppy says if you come to Lake District, the prices are like London prices, so it's expensive. But you know, sometimes Choppy places are expensive because it's worth it. Right? It's worth it. The Lake District is probably worth it. That's why it's so expensive. That is an old joke. Have you ever heard that? Why is divorce so expensive? Because it's worth it. Michelle says best place she's been is Sardinia and Scotland, but I go back to South Devon over and over. You really like South Devon there in the UK, huh? Apparently in Scotland. Wow, I bet Sardinia's nice, right? The weather's good, probably. Ooh, Sardinia, I want to go. Michelle, take me with you. The Highlands of Scotland, Genghis. Now, I know some of you have been to the U.S. I believe Terry and Ben are saying they've never left the U.K. Who's been abroad? Genghis, you've been to Houston, right? I don't see Sue or Kim, but I think that at least one of them, maybe both of them, has been to the U.S. Anyone else been to the U.S.? Terry, you're going to Bath in January for the first time? You're not that far from Bath, right, Terry? How many miles from where you're at to Bath? And you've never been? That blows my mind when I hear stuff like that. If I lived in the UK all my life, I'd have been to every little nook and cranny. Choppy, you live near the Western Lakes. Innerdale, I've seen Innerdale. It's 4 miles from you. Keswick is 30 miles. Ambleside is 50. Those are all, you can get in your car and be there in no time. West Virginia you've been to, right? And Houston, Genghis? West Virginia's gorgeous, yeah. Terry, so how far is Bath from you? You don't get out often? Yes. You go, maybe you should. You should. Because you live near Bristol, south of Bristol. And then Bath is just south of you. I could probably hop on my bicycle and ride from where you're at to Bath. It'd take me a little bit. I don't think it's too hilly. Might be windy. It's a 15-minute train ride. Terry, what is the fare? I will send it to you. Go explore. It's worth it. I'm glad to hear you're going to Bath. Check out some places and let me know. Go to the Jane Austen Museum. Let me know. Oh yeah, Michelle, you love Italy. See, I love that y'all are telling me about where y'all been. I got some notes about where I've been, but I like to hear where y'all been. Michelle loves Italy. You've been many times. You've been to New York. How did you like it? New York City, I'm assuming you mean. Does anyone enjoy that we named our biggest city after York? You know, originally it was New Amsterdam. They changed the name to New York. Did y'all know that? New York City originally was New Amsterdam. I guess the English folks were like, we're not using that because the Dutch had settled there and named it. The fare's £10 50 for a return. Not too. Well, that's not too bad. Not too bad. But yeah, Terry, I encourage you to get out, see new places. I mean, you know, start with the UK, start with England. You really like New York? I know it is not well loved, but I mean, I love it. I love New York. They got a whole slogan, I Heart New York slogan. It's pretty well loved. I mean, just like with any place where the country folk are like, it's too expensive in the city sucks. I guarantee you, if they go to New York City, they're going to have the time of their life, no matter what they say. New York City, love New York City. Love, 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 love New York City. Now, Chicago. I've been to Chicago. And I love Chicago. Has anyone ever been to Chicago? Jay, I've not been to London, he says, but I want to. It's expensive. I mean, you say it's expensive. Is it expensive to get there? Because once you get there, what? It's not expensive to walk around. That's free. And all your museums are free. So, I mean, maybe staying overnight in London is expensive. You stay outside somewhere cheap and then take a train in the morning. But walking around, visiting museums, walking to a pub, that's free. Ben, you like going fishing, so Cheaply Beach is one of my favorite places. Chesley Beach, okay. I love to fish too, Ben. Ben and I got that. We like Alone in Alaska. We like survival series. Do you think you could do it, Ben? How long would you last? Alone in Alaska. We like to fish. Ginga says the Amazon tributary in Guyana was fascinating. Jungle trekking. Ooh, Genghis, you've been there. That's nice. Jungle trekking and water boating. How long were you there, Genghis? That sounds so good. I love stuff like that. This is fun. I was afraid y'all wouldn't share much. So I wrote down a bunch of stuff that I could share just in case. I'll tell you on benefits, so it's not easy. That is true. I understand that. I do understand that. Money's hard sometimes. Like I said, do some of that free stuff. You can't day trip there, Terry? Is London too far from you to just hop a train for the day and come back? That's something I would do. Yeah. Michelle says London is expensive, but if you stay on the outskirts, it's cheaper. Public transport allows for that. You were there for 2 months, Genghis? Ooh, I'm so jealous. Send me some pictures if you got any. That sounds so much fun. Bill likes to fish. I like to fish. I grew up fishing with my grandpa, rowing his boat, driving his car. That tea is good. My grandpa used to like to catfish. We'd go every morning. I lived with my grandpa in the summers in Kansas, where my grandparents were from. And so he reckoned you could go for a week or two, but then you'd get bored on your own. Yeah. My grandpa used to like to fish for catfish. We would use chicken livers. It stunk. And he'd always catch a mess of catfish, and then we'd be cleaning catfish. That's how I grew up. My summers in Kansas, getting up before dawn every day and going catfishing with my grandpa. Grandpa was a farmer and a good man. Whew. I miss my grandpa. Off-road driving in Cyprus was fun. You weren't behind the wheel, though. Michelle, that sounds fun, too. Sounds fun, too. There was only 4 of us here. I thought Sunday, maybe everybody's watching football matches. You never had catfish, Genghis? I mean, if I'm going to be honest, we fry it. We batter it in cornmeal and we fry it. And we do that because it kind of makes it taste better. A lot of people might be angry to hear me say that, but it is the truth. The reason why we batter it in cornbread and seasonings because on its own, it's very fishy. It's a very fishy taste. Not light, like maybe cod. Terry set up a GoFundMe so you can experience more places. I don't know if it will work either, but you could try. You could try. So yeah, keep rolling. I love seeing where you folks have been. What about your favorite places in the UK? Because that also interests me because obvious reasons. Obvious reasons. But Terry, also, just keep in mind you could do a lot. I've done a lot of stuff free in my life. Just figured a way. Sometimes it's an adventure. See what you can do on 20 pounds. You know? Is it too far for you to just hop a train to London and come back the same day? Cut out that whole expense of the overnight? How far of a train ride is that? Or can you just drive there and come back the same day? See, Americans will do that. If something's, I don't know, 4 hours away, I can go there. I get up early in the morning, drive 4 hours, spend the whole day there, leave at 8 o'clock, 8 p.m., drive back home 4 hours. I just spend a whole day somewhere. Although petrol is expensive, right? Train is about 80 pounds plus. Yeah, that's not cheap. Well, explore some of the places that are around you. Like you said, you're going to go to Bath. That sounds good. You're not far from the coast either. Hopefully you get there, right there. You get to the coast. I mean, it's just Somerset itself. I'm very intrigued in. I think it's gorgeous and lots to see there. But yeah, Americans will day trip, 4-hour drive, no problem. Like I said, you get up early, you leave at 6 a.m., you get there by 10 a.m., you leave at 8 p.m., you get the whole day. If you hit some, oh man, I just looked down, that scone is like, take another bite. Share a car and split the cost with 3 people, Genghis says. Genghis, you've been to Houston, right? How many times? Just once? How long were you in Houston? I think either Kim or Sue, or maybe both, have been to Florida. Somebody else told me they've been to Florida. I can't remember who, not anyone in the live stream. They don't have very many people in the live stream today. Like I said, they might be watching. Much like here, Sunday is NFL day. Everybody's watching the NFL. Tony Ross, Merry Christmas to you. I love to see Tony here. He's new to the live stream. Thanks for saying hi, man. I think you're the first person to wish me Merry Christmas all year. Oh, and you said it to everyone, but I included me in that. I'd love to be told Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you all. Terry, you're from Western Spurmare, originally in North Somerset. Close to there now in Clevenden. Been to Houston once for one day. Well, that was not being to Houston. Houston's nice. I mean, a lot of folks in Dallas will bash Houston and vice versa. Truth is, the cities are kind of similar. Houston's bigger, but they're both kind of rich cities with a lot of business. And so I don't know. We tend to bash each other, but I know Houston's nice. But yeah, one day's not enough. The city's pretty big. There's a lot of people out and about. Today I'm surprised. Sunday morning, most people watching football or getting ready to. This weekend in our neighborhood, a couple of things are happening.
All right, your keys are in here. We're good.
Somebody's talking.
Thank you so much.
Lots of folks walking around.
Whenever we go, I just...
Yeah, keep telling me where you've been. Well, I'm trying to talk about whatever I'm talking about. Yeah, one day it's not enough to go to Houston. But yeah, there's I thought it'd be super quiet around here this morning. dog walking by. But there's a lot more people walking around early than I thought there would be. Yeah, we have what we call pub crawl. I think we stole that term from you. And they have it. It was yesterday in my neighborhood because there's a lot of bars, and there's just full of people dressed in Christmas hats yesterday walking around late last night. So usually a day after that, is everybody's staying in, not getting out much. So I thought it'd be quiet, but it is not. A few people walking around. Yeah, yesterday was crazy around here. They do a Christmas pub crawl every year in my neighborhood because there's so many bars. And there was people everywhere yesterday. I was working though. I'm only working down the street, which is awesome. I have a lot of clients in my neighborhood, which is really good, really convenient. I'm just working like 2 streets away in a area neighborhood called Belmont Reserve. That's named after, let's see, is Belmont? No, that's a racetrack in the U.S. Isn't there a Belmont in the UK? Genghis last year spent 3 months in Finland. That's right. Oh, over Christmas. I bet that's so beautiful. Finland, huh? Michelle says, I think Bristol to London isn't too long by the National Express. Oh, I think she's trying to help you, Terry. Yeah, Terry, even if you just get out to some local places you haven't seen, that's the best thing to do. I thought a little bit more, and I'm glad y'all been talking, because I wrote down some places I've been, and the list is really too long and probably boring, but Genghis asked me this question yesterday, where's the best place I've been? And man, I got some stories, Genghis. I've been places. I've done things. When I was younger, I did things, Terry, I'd leave with $10 in my pocket. And be like, I'm going to San Francisco. And I'm not lying. I did that once from Texas. I made it. I was young, in my 20s. I made it. I had to earn some more money on the way, but I made it. So I've been in situations like that too. I've been in shady places. I've been in fancy places. I like to get down with the down and dirty and see what it's really like. Did y'all see my reaction came out yesterday over on the members only, but it came out today, my reaction to Tales of Britain. Y'all see that? You've been to most countries in Europe, Michelle? You'd like to go further, yeah. I'd like to go further. It's always the desire. Let's go a little bit further. I love that. Did y'all see my reaction to Tales of Britain's Hanwell video? Came out on the regular channel today. If not, y'all go check that out. And if you haven't liked and subscribed to Michelle, Tales of Britain, you should. Good channel. We're still working on our collab that we're going to do together. That's going to be fun. 2 channels divided by the pond. Going to react together. She liked to walking by the canal, see the wildlife. Yeah, she walked by some canals yesterday. And I was saying I like to get and see where people live and where the real people are, and that's what she shows a lot on her channel. As she showed me Hanwell yesterday, or what came out today on the regular channel. Check out that reaction. I like it. She's just walking around, showing me what the real places are like. That's what I like to do when I go somewhere. So I'll get down and dirty with the locals. Like a fancy vacation and holiday as well. But if I was gonna pick out just one, if you're holding a gun to my head, say just tell me Wayne about one place or one thing you did, I would probably choose time I went and spent 2 weeks alone hiking in northern New Mexico. And I don't know what conjures your brain when I say New Mexico. Maybe you think deserts. That is true. Most of central to southern New Mexico is deserts. But northern New Mexico is the mountains. It's right below Colorado. And northern New Mexico is similar to Colorado. It's actually Los Alamos, which you may have heard of because of the connections to the development of the atomic bomb. They had a laboratory in Los Alamos while they were developing that. I believe they tested it in White Sands, which is out in the desert. But Los Alamos is in northern New Mexico. It's a beautiful little, quaint little town. And there's a lot of fly fishing that goes on around there, a lot of rivers, and a lot of mountains. So one time when I was younger, and I've done a lot of backpacking, through hiking, I've hiked on the Appalachian Trail, I've hiked on coastal trails in California, I've hiked up in the northeast in Washington and Oregon State, but I went hiking alone for 2 weeks in northern New Mexico, and man, you ever been alone for 2 weeks? Ben, we're talking about the TV show Alone. How long do you think you could last in Alaska alone? But when you're alone for 2 weeks, it becomes a spiritual experience, alone in the woods. I didn't see another soul. And it changed me. I mean, after about 3 days, I was like, I can't do this. I can't do this. It's too much to be alone. But I kept going. And where I was headed after 2 weeks was to Telluride, Colorado, which I hitchhiked to. I had taken a bus to my hiking start, and then I hitchhiked to Telluride, Colorado. That wasn't smart. I was young, and I wanted to do it, but so my destination was Telluride. I started in New Mexico. I spent 2 weeks alone in the woods, wild camping. I did stop, I take that back. I did stop at a store like Midway and resupply, but it was a little tiny store in what wasn't even a town. Oops, I'm just trying to read. So I basically saw no humans for 2 weeks in New Mexico. And yeah, it changed my life. A lot of different things happened. A lot of different things happened. I eventually, from that trip, when I got ready years later to name my son Sage, the inspiration was some sagebrush that I saw on my way out to New Mexico. And I stayed in an aspen grove. Do you have aspen trees? I was perched up above this little, I don't know, down below the mountain, I mean way below, was about 4 or 5 houses and a small like general store that I had stopped in to resupply a little bit. But at night, those like, I don't know, maybe it was 6, maybe it was 10 houses. They just kind of lit up. I had a great view on this cliff in a grove of aspen trees. And aspen trees, the aspen tree grove is, if you've never seen one, they're breathtaking. They're straight. They all look the same. They're gorgeous. And I camped there alone for 2 weeks. I did a lot of exploring around. A lot of different things happened. I'll probably leave out some, but one thing that did happen one morning, you know, this is bear country I'm in. So I was a little aware of that. And I did not have bear spray, which you should, but I was young and I didn't. Ben, you've not been camping alone before, but you like to go with your brother. Yeah, I mean, it's much better with other people. This was summer, so it wasn't cold. I'd done a lot of cold camping too, but this wasn't cold. At Dartmoor. But I woke up one morning, I was sitting, and there was a bit of a game trail nearby where I had my fire. And I was sitting up there one morning making some cowboy coffee. Y'all know what cowboy coffee is? That's when you take your kettle, you put your water in it, and you just pour the grounds right into the water. Your regular coffee ground's not instant. And you just boil it. Then you just take it off, let the grain settle to the bottom. And it's a cup of coffee that can be a little grainy when you drink it. We call that cowboy coffee. Just the rough way to make coffee. So I was making some cowboy coffee one morning and I see this black, four-legged creature walking towards me from the trail, and it was pretty far away, and it was early in the morning. The sun was still just coming up, so I couldn't see very good. And for a second, maybe only 20 seconds, I thought, that is a bear. I'm right on the game trail, it's coming down. It's coming right at me. I don't have bear spray, I'm alone. This all flashed through my head in like 20 seconds. It felt like 10 years. I was starting to panic until I realized it was a cow. Now that might seem weird, but they free range cattle up there in the mountains. They just let them loose. No fences. And then they just round them up when they want to round them up. But that scared me to death for a second. I haven't been much closer to a bear later in life, but that was my first, like, oh no, I'm alone. But I spent 2 weeks up there just hiking around, camping, exploring. Then I hitchhiked to Telluride, Colorado, and went to a bluegrass festival. We've talked about bluegrass before, Michelle's a fan. And so the third week, after spending 2 weeks basically completely alone, the Bluegrass Festival in Telluride, Colorado is, 100,000 people go, and they're all crammed into this beautiful little canyon. The town can barely hold, the mountains close it in, it can barely hold that many people, so you are elbow to elbow to people. So I went for 2 weeks completely alone, followed by 1 week of just being jam-packed with people. Jam-packed. Set up my little tent. On every side, my tent was touching somebody else's tent. And it was it's the biggest bluegrass festival in the United States. The Telluride Bluegrass Festival in Colorado. Telluride is gorgeous. Just an unbelievable town in Colorado. Ben says, what's the saying? If it's a black bear, fight back. If it's a brown bear, hold your ground, or something like that. That is the saying. Black bears are less aggressive. They might run off if you fight back. They might not. If it's a brown bear and he decides to kill you, Ben, you're dead. You're dead. Doesn't matter whether you hold your ground. It's probably best not to run because that might trigger any animal if you run. But yeah, if you see a brown bear, you better just hope he's not in the mood to eat you. Bear spray doesn't always stop a bear that's aggressive, nor will a bullet, unless it's very well placed. So yeah, if a brown bear wants to eat you, make your peace. I think that should be the saying. But yeah, that is the saying. If it's a black bear, fight back. If it's a brown bear, hold your ground. Yeah, that's the saying. So that's just one story, thing is to answer your question. I also love San Francisco. It's one of my favorite cities. I do love New York City. Chicago is one of my favorite cities as well. Not a big fan of LA. But there's stuff to see in LA, no doubt. The weather in California, I visited California quite a bit. The weather in California, it can't be beat. It really can't. You get perfect days almost every day, no matter what season it is. It's sunny, but it's not too hot. It's nice. You can't beat California. And California's super expensive, like we were saying before. Sometimes things are expensive because, it's worth it. Some people say California's not worth it, but as far as the weather goes, it is gorgeous. They get great weather almost all the time. Ben says you're scary. You're not used to big animals here. You just got foxes and badgers. And they would just run away if they see anyone. Yeah, we got scary animals. I've encountered a lot. You'd like to come to America and Canada, but I'm scared of heights, so you won't get in a plane. I don't love to fly, Ben, but if you come here, you got a place to stay in Texas. Canada's beautiful too. I have been to Canada. It's very, very beautiful. The best places in Canada are the furthest from you. You know, on the other side of Canada. It's really the nicest places for nature. Man, that's going. I'm going to finish it in just a few minutes. So, yeah, that was kind of a different live stream. Like I said, I didn't have a time to do a lot of research, but I appreciate you telling me where you folks have been. Are there only 2 people left in the live stream? Is it just me? Is it just Ben, Terry, and me? I think it is. I guess I started talking about my stories and people were like, oh, I'm gone. Well, Ben and Terry, I saw that you became members and you joined the membership. Again, I said no obligation to do that, but I do appreciate you. Oh, okay, Gans, you're here. Good. It says there's only 2 people here. No? Michelle, you're still here? That's weird. On my screen it says there's 2 people here. But there's clearly more than 2 people here. But anyway, Ben and Terry, thanks for joining the membership. Just before I get ready to wrap things up, and I do appreciate y'all telling me where you have enjoyed your holidays. So today, coming out on the members only channel is, right after this, the magenta scones, how to make the best British scones. That'll come out right after this, as well as my cooking and tasting scones video, as well as my reaction. Oh, let's see, on the members only channel, my Canterbury reactions are already up. Y'all see that? Tomorrow on my regular channel, the magenta scones, how to make the best British scones in Canterbury, will release onto my regular channel. Like I say, my cooking and tasting video, which will include what you just saw my tasting, but it'll also include the cooking I did. That'll stay for members only. Tomorrow, like I said, on my regular channel, Canterbury and Magenta Otter Travel scone making video will be out. For my members tomorrow, you'll get the early release of Pluckly and a music video that is about geography, UK music, and where famous people are from. That'll come out early on my members only, and also a quiz on my members only that will stay members only. And so then the next day, on Tuesday, on the regular channel, you'll get Pluckly and the music video. So that's what's coming up. And man, you know, I'm gonna wrap things up. I am gonna eat this delicious scone. It's sitting in front of me. Like I say, the tasting, my cooking scones video won't come out on the regular channel, but I wanted to do y'all a favor and show you the tasting here in my live stream. Thought that would be fun. And yeah, that's about it. I hope everyone enjoyed. Tomorrow I'll get into something a little more detailed than just where's the best place. But hopefully you enjoyed tasting scones. Check out my reaction to the Tales of Britain that's up now on the regular channel. And I hope you will enjoy that as I did. I do like your videos, Michelle. But everybody have a great day. I did appreciate you sharing with me some of your holidays. Ben, always good to see you. I'm glad you're feeling better. Terry, great to see you. I hope you have a good time in Bath. Michelle, good to see you. And Genghis, good to see you. I don't know who else is still with us. But in case anyone else is still here, I will say to Tony Ross, who wished me a Merry Christmas, and then I didn't hear any more from you, but it was glad to see you. Sometimes, Tony, if you're still here, sometimes not all the comments come up while I'm live. But I do appreciate seeing you, Tony. I hope you join us some more and have a great day. And let's see, who else was here earlier? Choppy, good luck today. Neil, good luck today. I know you both can't win, but still good luck to you. And Tris Tram, good luck to Villa. Great to see you in the live if you're still here. And I think that's everybody that was here today. I appreciate you all. I hope you have a great day. And I'll see you tomorrow, right? Wayne from Dallas, Texas, signing off. Always fun for me.